from the theme park capital of the world, Orlando, Florida. This is the Theme Park Podcast. Wait, podcast? Is this on the radio? Why does everything gotta be so messy on this station? Anyway, here's your hosts, Dickerman, Jimmy D, and Scott Harris.
Hey there, and welcome to the Theme Park Podcast. Dickerman here. There is Jimmy D.
How are you, fellas?
And the man of many costumes, Scott Harris.
What's going on? What's up? How's it going? Happy spooky season.
Well, it is not yet. No, it's.
What do you mean? There's a new horror movie about to come out. The Monkey.
Love season, Scott.
Yeah, and there's that movie, Heart Eyes, which is like a Valentine's slasher movie.
Well, it's
I'll allow it.
Season for lovers that love to murder.
Scott, how many costumes did you wear this past weekend at MegaCon? Did we go, was it 3?
3. I did 3 this past weekend.
And you had the classic Spider-Man.
Yes.
And what else?
Spider-Man on Friday. I had the 11th Doctor on Saturday from Doctor Who, because I did 2 meet and greet pictures. And then I was Waluigi on Sunday.
Okay. I gotta go hunt down your Waluigi photo because I did not see that one.
I'll text it to you guys.
So Scott, you went for 4 days, only dressed for 3. On the 4th day, do you what do you wear on the 4th day that you don't cosplay? Is it like semi?
It's the Thursday. The Thursday, because that's usually my go pick up credential, walk around, get a little lay of the land. This year, I was rocking a Theme Park Podcast T-shirt, represent the brand. Yeah.
How many people stopped you for autographs?
I had to talk to security about it because they kept mobbing me. It was a huge ordeal.
Scott,
he's like the Timberlake of our group.
Dickerman, I feel like Curtis Earth walking on the show floor probably got stopped for pictures more than any of us. We ever would, and that was only because everybody thought he was dressed as Kingpin.
Yes, I remember that.
This is true. That is accurate. Let's do a quick recap of the MegaCon weekend because you were there all 4 days. I made it out 1 day, then I got sick, so I sent some people in my stead.
Spent way too much money. Got 2 meet and greet photos, one with Matt Smith, one with Billy Piper, so 2 Doctor Who people. I will say this, I went for 4 days. I'm still not sure I saw everything there was to offer at MegaCon.
There was so much. I mean, I never made it off the show floor, and I know there's like multiple levels to see multiple things and all these panels and these various things, but I never made it off the show floor, and I guarantee I didn't see all things.
Yeah,
you only saw like 25% of the show if you don't leave the show floor.
Well, there you go. That's what I saw. 25%.
There was a point where I'm not even sure I saw all of the show floor, if I'm being honest.
I don't know that I did either.
Spread out it was.
Yeah. I mean, there was so much to see, and sometimes you'll see something, and then you can never find it again. Like, even if you try and come up with a point of reference, you might never find it again still.
Luckily, we figured out over in Artist Alley, they've been doing this thing where they tie balloons to their stand. So you can easily spot it, like, oh, there they are. They're over there.
That's smart.
And then it was like, you'd find a booth and be like, okay, this is by the lime balloon. So it's 1 row over from that. So then you just have to remember that.
Yeah.
Besides,
go ahead, Jim. Sorry.
I was just going to say, walking around MegaCon kind of turns into like when you're in that mirror realm, with Doctor Strange, where things like people like just the room incepts and like turns and like changes. And that's why I can never find where I'm going. I swear to God,
that's true. It all kind of, it all looks a little bit the same. And especially like if you exit the convention center, you might not have any idea where you are. I'm like, is this north, south, east? I have no idea. It is like you stepped into a portal somewhere else.
Dickerman, they put big words on the walls.
No, I get that, but sometimes you walk out, you're like, wait, where's the dirt lot? I parked in the dirt lot. Where am I? Where's the dirt lot?
That's on you.
Basically, the question. That's basically the question. Like, there's only so many exits. But I will say, In regards to displays, my wife saw her absolute favorite thing she's ever seen in the history of MegaCon and maybe in the history of the world of this year's event. And that was the never-ending story setup.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say that.
We had no idea it was going to be there. We were just walking along, and all of a sudden, she catches a glimpse of Falcor out of the side of her eye. She goes, "No." And yeah, she's like, "How much?" And I'm like, "It doesn't matter. You're gonna do this." So yeah, she did the whole thing. Falcor, the rock biter, the Gamork, and the poor horse in the swamp of sadness.
I could not believe they had the horse.
And you get to be Atreyu. That like as a child, like I'm still paying for therapy from that scene.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So that was a big one. So she was head over heels on that one. She was over the moon to see that. But I thought it was a great show this year. A lot of good costumes. Did you do any celebrity gawking besides your official meets?
I walked around a little. I walked around a lot, but I will say the areas that seemed the busiest was the Dolph Lundgren, Ella Purnell corner of Autograph Alley. And I don't know for who that giant crowd was for.
It's bizarre sometimes. Like I saw Hank Azaria. Hank Azaria had like very little line. Then I saw somebody. It was the guy from Scream, and he had like a giant line. I'm like, this seems like backwards world. Yeah. Matthew Lillard had this giant line, and Hank Azaria was kind of hanging out with a couple people. I'm like, this seems odd.
The thing is, it always comes in waves. So you can walk by at one point and they're the longest line, or they don't, because sometimes there'd be, hey, they're about to go to lunch, so they're going to try to get through this amount of people first, or they just came back from lunch or a panel. So it's always a weird timing thing. But yeah, Matthew Lillard, and I think it's because he's got the Scream, and then this Five Nights at Freddy's thing has like reinvigorated him, and Scooby-Doo. So he's got like 3 massive fandoms that all converge, and they're all like generational.
Yeah, it makes sense. I did see Deadpool's girlfriend. She is tiny in person.
No, you mean you mean Ben McKenzie's wife.
That's from Firefly, is that right?
No, Ben McKenzie is Commissioner Gordon from the Gotham TV show, or Ryan Atwood from the OC.
No, she was in all those things?
No, he was. They're married.
Oh, I'm just talking about
she was on Gotham. She was also on Gotham.
I'm just talking about, I can't say her name. It's how do you say her name? That's it, Marina Baccarin. Yeah, she was Vanessa. There. Yes, Vanessa. She was also in Homeland. I think she was in Firefly, which is wildly popular. I never saw that. Yeah, I saw a few. I did. Nobody laid eyes on Mel Gibson, right? He was stuffed behind the curtain.
He was behind the curtain. Danny Glover was behind the curtain, and I believe Jude Law was also behind the curtain.
I think Ron Howard was too. It was funny. Yes. Ron was, but his daughter wasn't.
Daughter and brother were not.
Oh, the brother was there too? Who's his brother?
Clint Howard.
You know, like when you see a picture of him, you're like, that guy is a character actor from the 80s.
Yeah, he's in like every Ron Howard movie. He's also in all of the Austin Powers movies in the scene where there's like a rocket ship. He's usually the one that says, it's a huge...
Like a huge, yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite costume of the weekend besides your own, of course?
Besides my own, well, I talked last week about the CattleCon 2024 costume. Which that was the spiritual sequel to the Galaxy's Edge line starting costume.
Yep, that was great. Brilliant.
I saw a Zelda costume, a Zelda-related costume, which featured a horse costume. And the back of said horse was on roller skates.
Great. It's great.
The front half, though, had human legs. So there was somebody in the front half of this horse. Okay. And I'm sorry, that person's stuck for the entire day. They're stuck as the front of a horse.
Yeah. There was definitely some over-the-top, very creative costumes. My favorite was not either of those, probably, but we did put that on the Instagram. It was Leon and Ashley from the game Resident Evil 4. Mm-hmm. This couple dressed exactly like them, and I'm like, oh my God, this is great. So I might be the only one that was super excited about that, but favorite game of all time, and they nailed the costumes.
I will say, we've been going to all three of us have been going to conventions for years. The shift that has happened from the Joker and Harleys to then the Deadpools, and now it is the spiders.
Now the spiders are everywhere. Everywhere.
And the spiders have Deadpool energy.
Yeah, they do. They do. Those spiders are everywhere, and
they're loud. You know, if you hear a commotion, 9 times out of 5, it is a group of Peter Parkers gathered together.
Did you join any of those groups on your Spider-Man day? Did you take part?
My first year, I did, and it was chaos. And I don't have that energy to be a part of that anymore.
I feel like I could do like the Peter Parker in the Spider-Verse, the one that not the Peter Porker, but the
Peter. No, I said Peter B. Parker, the one that wears sweatpants.
That's the one.
No, I like Spider Pig better for him.
Well, maybe we could do that too. We could do both.
Spider Manatee.
All right. Well, it was a good time as always, for sure.
Yeah, and we are 390 somewhat days away from next year.
Oh, when are we doing it? We already have a date. What's the date?
March 19th through the 22nd, 2026.
Oh,
okay, so a month later. Okay, yeah. Buy your parking now.
Yeah, biggest pro tip: buy your parking in advance.
You know, I had no problem when we went on Friday. We parked in the dirt lot. No big deal. $30. Okay, it is what it is. Saturday, forget it. If you weren't there at 6 a.m., you weren't going to park anywhere. You were out of luck. I can give you a semi-pro tip if you're an annual pass holder for SeaWorld / Aquatica. You will have to travel via the trolley system, but if you have a pass for that, which includes parking, you can park at Aquatica, which would be free, and then hop on the bus over to MegaCon, which I actually had to have my daughter do on Saturday because there was literally no parking to be had anywhere.
Yeah, if you're going on Saturday, either prepay for parking or arrive early,
or just get a hotel and just walk over because it's worth it at that point.
Honestly, that is what I'm considering for next year, and just loading up my car with every possible costume I would do.
Mm-hmm. Where do you think around the convention center we could park and just Uber to the? So, what's the minimum charge for an Uber? Like $7?
Well, you're going to get surge pricing, right? They do surge pricing still, right? So if it's a zoo out there, you're definitely going to, hit that surge pricing.
The best place I would say is they're a little bit past the Orlando Eye, right by Universal Boulevard. There's a Wawa station at Universal in Sand Lake, and there's a strip mall over there, shopping complex that has like a Chewy's, an escape room. I think it has like a launch tower, because we always go to Chewy's one night after MegaCon. It's kind of become like a tradition. So you could probably park over there and then Uber down, because it's only like maybe a mile down the road.
But an e-bike. What if we bought e-bikes and we just parked there and took e-bikes? I'm sure there's they have a bike rack somewhere at the convention center, right?
Well, here's the thing. You could also just park at Point Orlando's garage and then get a Lime scooter or whatever they have. They're usually right outside of the garage.
That used to be my trick, was the park at Point Orlando. They have gotten wise to the MegaCon crowd.
Well, everyone at this point now has gotten, but when I tried to park at the dirt lot and it was like, hey, it's full, but you can wait as people are coming and going. We're letting people in. And then I was like, oh, let me go to the Hyatt. Even that was full. And they were like, you could try Point Orlando or you could try Icon Park. So
even Icon Park, for the first 3 levels, they charge for parking.
Yeah.
It's not until you get to the 4th level that it's free parking.
Mm-hmm.
Guarantee that thing was full. 100%.
Oh,
the 4th level and beyond. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like, this was the weird thing is, this was, I feel like, the most crowded MegaCon I have ever been to. But because of how much it was spread out, it never felt like it inside.
Yeah.
They
I
just
could
did
see-
a really good job of like making there were a few bottleneck areas, but it's just like you could kind of see them coming. So it never felt overwhelming.
I do have one request for next year, and that is for our friends at the Dirt Lot. With all the money they collected for parking this year, like, can we get that thing level out or something? Maybe just fix a few of the giant holes you drive through. Not a big deal for me, but I saw some lowered vehicles. I'm like, you guys are out of luck.
No, that's what
No.
you want. The cheap parking. That's what you get.
It's not cheap. It's $30.
Hey, it's
That's
still
cheap.
cheaper. Hey, what I paid at the Hyatt was more than that.
Yeah. Well,
Dickerman, you ever been to the Daytona 500?
no, that doesn't sound like fun to me.
Yeah, if you want to park trackside, you're looking at around $100. And I bet you there are people scoffing right now, going, "No, it's more than that now."
Yeah, you want to part. You want to go to a Los Angeles Lakers game? It's $200.
I'm just gonna get an e-bike and ride it everywhere. I'm just gonna have a 200-mile range on that thing and go.
Or what we did on Sunday, because there were a group of us, just pay a little bit extra and have a pedicab drop you right off at the front door.
Oh yeah, those guys are always looking for business.
Yeah. Maybe you
Fair
should
point.
just become a pedicab guy.
I probably should. I probably make good money. Yeah, just get one of them, one of those things.
Yeah.
All right. So next year we'll see them in March. Good times though, as always at MegaCon. It seems like an event that continues to grow every year.
Yeah, and very quickly, they reunited the cast of the TV show The Flash for the first time since the show ended. They had, I think it was
now known as
7.
the Good Flash. That's now known as the Good Flash. We don't talk about the other Flash.
I watched that show. I love that show. They reunited, I think, almost every living person minus Henry Cavill and the new guy that has portrayed Superman on stage.
Pretty great there. Yeah.
And it was the first comic convention appearance for Jude Law.
Kudos to the bookers of MegaCon. Like, I don't know who is behind the magic of making that show come together, but you're right that they should be given tip of the hat for the work that goes in, because I imagine that's an incredible feat to bring all those people together.
Yeah, and they crushed it. I mean, they were bringing people in up until I think like 3 weeks before the show. I think that's what Nicholas Hoult got, was like a late ad to the show.
Yeah,
and he's in the new Superman movie.
Yeah, he's the new Superman, right?
No, Nicholas Hoult is the new Lex Luthor.
Oh, okay. I don't know who the new Superman is.
His
I keep thinking it's
David
Brandon
Corn.
Routh. That was like 9 Supermans ago.
He's his name is David Corn Sweat. He was in Twisters. He was in Pearl. But it literally came down to him or Nicholas Hoult, and one guy got it, and the other guy's playing the villain.
Fair enough. All right. Well, should we dive into a bit of theme park news here on this theme park podcast?
Yeah, because Universal listened to Dickerman and heard how he complains that he's always hungry.
That's true.
And they shared their first look at the food and drinks coming to Epic Universe.
This has been a nice trickle for all this information coming out of Epic Universe. We get a little bit, it feels like every week. So what are we eating?
Okay, well, let me get to the thing that you care about the most, and what we have talked about on the show of, if you're going to open a new land, what new butterbeer items should you do?
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to do butterbeer crepes.
That sounds amazing. I'll go ahead and get in line for that now.
Is there a part of France in this new Epic Universe?
Yes, so it's the Ministry of Magic, so it's half English, half French.
Okay, now the crepes make sense.
But it is a butterbeer crepe that includes a shortbread cookie, Bavarian cream, butterbeer cream, strawberries, butterbeer drizzle, and a butterbeer shortbread cookie.
Let's just go get it now. Can we pre-order that? Is there a mobile app that I can pre-order now?
Will they have butterbeer insulin?
I don't know, but if somebody could invent it, I know one person on the show that would use it.
I do like butterbeer in all forms.
Very quickly though, they starting in Celestial Park, which is like the first hub. There's a Snickerdoodle cookie plate. There's
I'm in.
sea bass. tonkatsu ramen, which I am all for.
Okay.
There is a platter with mango bread and cheese, smoked brisket, smoked rib, pulled pork, cheddar jalapeno sausage, or herb roasted chicken.
Well, that sounds great.
We've got a pizza restaurant called Pizza Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Over in the Wizarding World, there is
Yes.
a baguette sandwich because, France, baguettes.
Yes, I love baguettes.
There's a quiche Lorraine.
I don't know what quiche is.
It's an
I've heard
egg
of it.
dish.
Okay.
Do you like eggs?
I do.
You should try some quiche.
It's $900 for eggs, though.
Over in Super Nintendo World, we've got the Mario Burger.
I saw a picture of the Mario Burger. It looks hilarious.
Then there's the Luigi Burger.
Okay. Maybe I saw the Luigi Burger. Now I'm not sure which I saw.
The Luigi Burger features grilled chicken topped with basil pesto, melted Swiss cheese, green peppers, and fresh spinach.
Okay.
Then there's the Bowser's Fireball Challenge.
Oh, what do we got here?
Featuring a towering 1-pound meatball topped with gooey mozzarella cheese and a rich mushroom marinara sauce with fresh parsley served with a Bowser-inspired puff pastry and a side of hot sauce.
Just strain out the mushrooms and I'm in.
And then there's the Yoshi smoothie.
Dickerman, you better
it
take
green?
another Pepsid before you have that Bowser meatball.
Maybe.
Over in the Isle of Berk, this is the How to Train Your Dragon, which James texted us the animatronic toothless that they have.
And you can
yes.
totally tell that there's a Boston Dynamics dog under there.
Oh, that's cool, though.
Yeah,
I'm waiting to see one in action.
Well, this is the first time I've ever seen one of these, these robot dogs that I'm not like, this is a Terminator waiting to like eliminate everybody. You're just like, oh, it's toothless, and that's cool. You can actually like walk around and stuff.
Oh, look at this cute little dragon.
Yeah, put a cute skin on the terrifying dog. It's fine. There's no way he'll turn on us now. He's cute.
Exactly.
Over the Isle of
the dog over. See, he can get right back up. Kick him again.
Over in the Isle of Berk, there's the Thaw Fest platter, which is a spread of tender chicken drumsticks with a barbecue glaze, grilled salmon, and sausage served with carrots, onions, and Nordic fries.
Oh, man. Too many things I don't like.
Okay, how about this? In the Dark Universe, we've got a whole bunch of stuff on steaks.
Okay. Steaks are good.
So fish on a steak, which is blackened salmon steak, bird on a steak, which is a grilled dry rub chicken tenderloin, or bits and pieces, which is seared and glazed wild mushroom brisket meatloaf.
All right, I'm in the middle there. I do like a meatloaf, but when you start throwing mushroom in things, like settle down. I get it. We got Mario, there's mushrooms. I'm not in for it.
Okay, how about this? The blood orange chicken sandwich.
Yes, I will eat that.
On a sinister black bun.
Ooh, I like that even more.
Wow.
Then there's the vegan stuffed cabbage.
Scott will try it. Scott's
Hunter's garlic steak, which is a crispy cheese garlic pretzel.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. That's
sounds like we had some good food options there for sure.
Scott, did you notice that the one entree that Dickerman wanted was the one that had a chicken tender on it?
Yes, I did. I very much did.
Hello. It's delicious. Who doesn't like a chicken tender anyhow? You can make fun of me all you want. Everybody likes chicken tenders.
No, chicken tenders are great, but there are other things in the world besides chicken tenders.
Yeah, you're an adult, allegedly.
Sure. If you say so.
I'm just going to tie you to that chair from Clockwork Orange and just stuff other foods in you, and I'll see how many you actually like. Because I feel like you just have such a mental block that you're just like, no. You turn into like a little child, and you just won't try it.
We're just going to feed you and not tell you what's in it.
Well, I did do that a few weeks ago. I accidentally ate a part of a fish taco, and I didn't know what it was. And I'm like halfway through, then I looked at the sign. I'm like, oh.
And you liked it, didn't you? You liked it, didn't you?
I was unsure. I didn't know what was going on, but I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it. But then when I saw fish, I didn't like it anymore.
Yeah. Fish is good for you.
I don't know that I can be around you without a wooden spoon because I'm just going to be. I just want to hit you with a wooden spoon every time I hear you talk about food.
All right. Well, if you want to get the latest breaking food news and theme park news, Scott, where can they head to?
You can follow us on Twitter at Theme Park Show, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and Threads at the Theme Park Podcast. You'd watch at thethemeparkyoutube.com.
And the show traditionally comes to you live from the Lauren Campbell Realtor.com Tebow Gazebo Studios. For GBD, for Scott Harris, I am Dickerman. Until next week, we will see you out at the parks.
This has been the Theme Park Podcast. Follow the show on Facebook and Instagram at the Theme Park Podcast. To catch up on previous episodes, check out the themeparkpodcast.com, the iHeartRadio app, or Apple Podcasts.